Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Another Fat Guy Cooks. I'm your fat guy, Andy Baker, and today we're going to be making bread in the form of sticks, which, if you've ever been to America, they serve at the Olive Garden. We're kind of stealing a recipe from there, but it should be really good, really tasty. Let's get on with it.
Another lost day, another lost year, another chopped onion to cover up the tears, another dream dead, another loss on the books, another fat guy cooks.
Should we just fucking do it anyway? And just see? Just off the rails completely, fucking who gives a shit. Let's just make some bread. Big dicks. So we're going to be making bread dicks today from Olive Garden. You want a bowl? A cup. Okay, so we're going to do a cup of warm water. The reason the water's warm, in fact we're going to do a cup and a bit. Okay, that's a cup and a bit of warm water, maybe a cup and 2 tablespoons-ish. And then into there, we're going to put our yeast. Now, this is the same with all bread making. Okay. So we're going to eyeball this, and we're going to throw in about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a bit. And we're also going to throw in a little bit of sugar. And the reason we do this, effectively the yeast eats the sugar and then it farts, and that makes air. And so we're feeding our yeast so it will fart in our bread, and that will make our bread airy with yeast farts. I mean, it's technically correct. The yeast is now going to bloom, which means it's going to get a bit fizzy and bubbly and shit. We're going to give that about 15 minutes, come back, leave this at room temperature, and then we can start adding our other stuff. In the meantime, we're going to preheat our oven to like 200 degrees, something like that. I'm not sure I'm ever going to use this episode, but I learned how to make this like yesterday. It was so fucking good, so I just thought, okay, why not? We'll record it. Okay, so now it needs about 3 tablespoons of butter in here, which, I don't know, not that much, maybe half of that. There you go. That's about 3 tablespoons, right? Some salt, a couple of big pinches of salt, and there we go. Throw the dough hook attachment on. And just let that go on low until your butter's all infused into the water and the yeast. You know what? Throw a little bit of honey in as well. Why not? Just sweeten these things up slightly. There we go. And then while it's on low, we're going to add 3.5 cups of bread flour. Done. And then we're going to turn this guy up. And we're going to let him go for about 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. As you can see, it's starting to come together. I'm gonna let that still keep going. I'm gonna get a big bowl. Let's get some Or in fact, we'll use a bit of that olive oil, why not? Big swig of olive oil, and we're just looking to completely coat the inside of the bowl. Like that. Then your dough should have reached a very nice, silky, little bit sticky, but not too bad consistency. As you can see, nice and silky. Sticks to you a little bit, but not too bad. We're going to throw that in our bowl. Cover it in cling film and leave it somewhere, if it's warm where you live, out if it's England, above the oven. And don't eat raw dough. Fucking horrible. Yeah. So we're back. We've let our dough rise for about an hour. Take the plastic off. As you can see, much bigger now. I'm going to lightly flour our surface here. So things don't get too sticky. But the dough shouldn't be that sticky anyway. It should come together quite nicely. Look at that. Right. So, what we're going to try and do, and I'm really bad at this, is try and make this into some breadsticks. So, I think the easiest way of doing this might be, how many breadsticks do we want out of this? So, do we want twisted breadsticks? I'm not really sure what to do here, but we'll see. I don't know how to make the ends not shit. You know what's better than breadsticks? Any other shape. Let's do a happy little bread titties. Go like one there. So, these are the little guys that I'm going to be doing. This is what I came up with. I'm going to let those sit for another half an hour. Let them expand again, secondary fermentation, whatever you want to call it. For fuck's sake. Yeah, this was totally worth me putting the microphone and camera and light back on for. What I'm going to do now is take these and we'll put them in the oven. Wasn't that exciting? We have a good time? Good. Okay, that's going to take about 10-15 minutes, something like that. We'll come back and check it, and then we'll give them a baste with some butter and some herbs and shit, and then we'll eat it, and then I can get back to drinking. Okay, while the camera was off, I just threw a little bit of butter in with this olive oil, some oregano and some basil. and I've just made like a buttery, oily, and some salt as well. Some buttery, oily, salty stuff to stick on the top. So these aren't quite done yet, but I'm going to take them out. Oh, look at these boys. Hello, boys. I think I'm going to put them a little bit lower down in the oven when they go back in. Cool. Turn you off. Where's my brush? Okay. And we're going to brush these guys down with our buttery, oily... Oh, I put some... what did I put in there? I put some chilies in, I think, as well. Oh, Encino. I put some Encino chili flakes in here too, just to give a little bit of spice. So we're going to give these all a nice brush down. We're going to save a little bit of that to finish them off. I'm going to pop these back in for another, maybe another 5 minutes, but I'm going to lower them down a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Another 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, that's been about another 5 minutes. So we are gonna pull. I need to get this done basically because I think I'm meant to be streaming with Chad and Joby and Fury and all those guys playing games on Twitch. Follow him, HD Fatty on Twitch. We'll be gaming. I mean, this won't go out for ages, so it will already happen. I don't fucking know, man. I want to go back to drinking and some more edibles and get this out of the way. So, whoa! Look at you beauties. Alright, so we're going to turn off the oven and I'm going to give these guys one more butter oil bath. There we go. Okay, I'm going to leave those. Just show you them now, I guess. Would you like to have a look? Ah, it's getting hot. Ow. Let me do that in a slightly better way. Right, I burned myself. There we go. Hot. Alright, we'll let those cool. But then we're going to come back and try one. And give it like, oh, they feel so good. So squishy. Alright, 5 minutes. Alright, let's wrap this up. So, let's have a look at one of these bad boys, shall we? So, as you can see, lovely herb coverage. Let's take a look inside. Oh yeah, they look pretty good. Hang on. Oh, soft and fluffy they are inside. And oh. Oh my god, I don't know if you can see this, but they're just so pillowy and warm. And sweet. And salty and buttery. Right, so that's Olive Garden breadstick dinner rolls, I think. Yeah. Make them at home, they taste fucking delicious. Add garlic to yours. I wish I had mine, they would have been better, but they're still good. Big love to everybody on Twitter, everyone who follows me on there, at HackOddity. Go and throw a follow on, we can talk some shit. I think that's it. That's it. Olive Garden dinner rolls, breadstick dinner rolls, olive bread dinner stick rolls, stick dinner olive bread rolls, rolls olive stick bread dinner, rolls olive dinner, olive rolls dinner. Another fat guy's just cooked. I am going for a beer or 10. Goodbye. Love you. I just went for a piss and I pissed all over my microphone cable.